What's going on, you guys? Welcome to CCxRC. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the new Speck-B 124 scale buggies from Hobby Plus. Now, this is kind of out of the ordinary from them because Hobby Plus is primarily a 124 scale to 118 scale crawler company. We've seen the Hobby Plus partnerships and some of the stuff even with Furatech. Well, they just came out with like that Terranaut, which is like the 8x8. They have the 6x6 Arctos. They've got some cool off-road stuff. Well, this is a different type of off-road. This is a little off-road buggy, and 24 scale. These things are sharp. The bodies just pop off of here with Velcro. You kind of slide this little tab up underneath the front here, and it definitely makes it so that they want to stay on, which is a good thing. So even when you take the Velcro off, you've got to kind of pull this. It kind of catches, which is nice. There's a little pop because they've got a little bend in the front of that, which is super cool. But I've got my computer here. You're going to start seeing that more often, or my iPad, so I can make sure that I get you guys all the information that you need for these things so you can make informed decisions, because there's stuff that I'm not going to remember because I'm not going to see it physically outside of things here without taking a whole bunch apart. But we do want to highlight and make sure that we mention. Now, Hobby Plus has been in the industry for a little over 15 years. They've been working on different things, and they decided they wanted to bring a buggy to the market. So even though going fast is new to them, RCs aren't new to them, and this mini format isn't new to them. And they've made a couple of, I think, wise decisions in the way that they built these. One of the things I want to say is I've had this one in the box for a couple days. I just opened this one, but the suspension is pretty dialed and feels really good out of the box for this. And this one, it's the same thing. It feels exactly as good, but we just have the body off it, so we're going to show you a couple things here. One of the things that you can't see and that we can't see no matter what is the thought that they put into the upgrade of this. So this comes with a brush motor, speeds at about 13 miles per hour out of the box, which is decent for this size and scale. But if you want to go brushless and you want to go faster, they've kind of taken that into account and into thought, and they've made it so that you can install a system in here and use the existing all-in-one system as your receiver, so you can still use your transmitter. So it's just one less thing for your upgrading, because sometimes with these, there's two different types of buyers. There's one that wants to buy everything and do all the upgrades and spend a ton of money on a little mini. There's the other people who are trying to be more price conscious with the smaller, and that's why they bought smaller in the first place, and they're not looking to drop all of that. So they've gotten that in mind, and so they're making it so you could still use your stock radio in the beginning if you want, or forever if you want, but you can always upgrade. That's the cool thing about the hobby. But so if you want to go brushless, they've made it so that this will work as a receiver, so you can still use your transmitter. They also have made the motor plate so it'll accept both the 050 and the 1626 motors right to the plate. So you've got those options to be able to just screw it in and mount it up to the system here. So that's pretty sweet. As far as the battery goes, it uses a very common, the JST style PH2, which we see in a lot of the 24 scale in that. Very small plug, 2-pin, and so that's a pretty easy thing. Lots of battery options because of that. And I'm gonna get on the other side of the camera because I want to show you how to get the battery out. I think it's pretty slick because that's one of the annoying things and the gripes that I've had in some other minis that I think they've done. All right, so here are your two color options. They have this vintage cream one, and then they've got this one here they're calling the Eraser orange one. And as you can see, it's a pretty sharp little buggy. Clear wing on the back of it. So quick look at what you get in the package. You get a little tool, you get some extra gears in here. There's a couple. 2 pinion size. And then another bigger spur size gear. The booklet here. 2-wheel drive buggy, should mention that for sure. Most of these in this are going to be 2-wheel drive. But man, it looks really good. And one of the things that we'll do is we'll take off this body. You'll see the motor plate here is made of metal, which is nice. Again, this is where that tab, this kind of sits and kind of pulls. You can see the little hook that it's got there, which is nice, makes it grip on there, stay in there. Quick look under the chassis here. See if I can get a little more light shining down on it for us here. So here we go, take a look at the chassis. Got this aluminum plate on the bottom here, and then you've got different plastic pieces molded to it. One of the cool things is the battery tray. They have this little flip out tab right here. You can see I just flipped that out. There's another one that's in here, and that's gonna flip out on this side like that. Now I was looking at these inside here and I was trying to do it with my finger. In fact, you probably could see the scratch on this case here because I was trying to get something in there, move it. And then I was like, man, they should have put tabs on. Well, they did, I found them. And this whole thing just removes so you can get to your battery that easily. Makes it easy to take in and out. Put this back down on here, slide these back. There's enough room also in there to tuck in your balance lead, which is another thing where you're always like, where do I put this stupid thing? In this small little packed area. So this is a little 350 battery. Seen these for crawlers, size stuff all the time. Look at that, you can sit it right next to it. Put your balance lead there out of the way. Snap these in place like that. And then you're gonna plug it in right here into your ESC. Boom, got your little on button there. Fly sky, and ready to go. It's got a little servo saver tucked up right in here. And then your servo's up underneath this as well. This little plate here, which you just can take off to get to it. Remove here, tray come out. And yeah, pretty slick little setup. Inside of here, you've got a 3-geared steel differential in the back. It's got ball bearings throughout the whole platform. Like I said, 13 miles per hour out of the box. These are oil-filled shocks on here. And they are actually threaded, so you can make adjustments to them. It's not clips, they're little threaded shock caps and retainers on there for your springs. Metal outdrives and dog bones on here in the back, as you can see. Take a closer look at that suspension in action. Very smooth. But yeah, it's got the aluminum chassis with the 20-degree kick up on it right here at the front. These tires say they're multi-terrain, and it's a hybrid of metal and plastic gears in the transmission. But it's got ball studs and all that on here. One more thing here, radio, should mention. Got your dual rates here, steering trims, throttle dual rate so you can turn down the speed or turn it up all the way. And steering trims, steering reversers, throttle reversers, lots of options right on here. Pretty slick little remote, but definitely on the cheaper end as far as the feel and the fitment of it. But again, that's what happens with a lot of these minis in the cost savings, because you don't want to spend a ton of money on a little car like this. So let's get it out to the track and let's see how these do. Oh, it's foggy Michigan and weather here in the fall, so it's a little bit tough to breathe at times, but we're gonna give these things a little run here and see how they do. Here they are. Both of them are at the house. I can't pull one over on you guys. I figured I also need to let you know because I changed quite a bit since the intro video. I shaved off my beard, and so it's gonna be a little bit upsetting anyway to be like, what the heck happened? So I've had these for a couple weeks now. We've been working on the video for Hobby Plus and having a great time with these. So now we're gonna get out here, we're gonna run them in our driveway, which is what I wanted to do with it this whole time and see how they do. I haven't really had a chance. We're gonna be driving one-handed, see how we do. But they are fun little cars, I'll tell you what. One of the issues we did have though is on the tile, they wanted to slide out quite a bit. They were not very friendly to driving on. Oh, that is a launcher. They do not love being on the kind of like Kyosho matte foam. These are more of an off-road kind of tire. Got a little bit more grip here. When we took it to the playground, they did awesome as well. These jumps are great for them right here. We're just rocking, oh no, on the Pro line. This is not an easy one-handed driving remote either. It's a bit of a stretch to get my thumb to it. And being a faster buggy like this anyway, where the steering is a lot more quick and precise. Oh, I like that hit. It is a little bit trickier, but fun speed. This is like a great yard basher like this. If you have a smaller driveway, this is great for that. That side of the kicker, it does not like. We also adjusted the shocks on these after we made the video. We put the rears all the way up to give it more suspension travel, and so that the rear arms would sit a little bit more straight. Oh, that was cool. That was really cool. Ooh, let off too hard on that one. But they definitely have, they talk about the high impact design. They've taken quite a beating, and I'm gonna slow hit those. Some jumps you learn, you gotta check up on. I really like the width of my jump there. Works great on it. It's easy to line up and hit. Figured I'd stay on it on that one and see. These jumps or ramps here from Proline are for small cars, but I would say Grom more. There's certain faces on this that I would use for these and others I wouldn't in my time that I'm hitting here. I like this side for it. It does put the nose up enough that it'll land. I actually prefer this high side of this and letting it go up and kind of land down it like that. Pretty cool. I guess you could do that with these. You got to check up on it. Oh, right into the other car. But like the big side of that makes it really land down on the nose pretty hard. But you get a little check up like that on here. Even this one, if I just kissed it a little more, I think it's all right. But let's see here, full speed. You can pretty much operate it at full speed. I was gonna see if I could downside this one, not really. Oh, slap wheelie with a buggy. That was cool. But you could make just cardboard jumps for these. That's one of the cool things about this scale and just running it in your yard or your house. If you have like a basement and nice carpet on it or kind of grippy cement, these would do pretty good on that as well. But they've made these to be able to take brushless for those people that want to take it to the next level. You can add a brushless system to this. There's a Hobby Wing and it'll bolt right on, and just plug the ESC, the new ESC, into the old ESC, and you can still use the transmitter and all that I'm using here, the radio. And so that's pretty cool that they've set it up to allow for that. That's where it always gets crazy, is when you start wanting to go faster and upgrade. Well, then you gotta buy so many things, where that you'll just buy the motor system and you can drop it in and run it. I feel like my steering trim is pulling to the right a little bit. One of the weird things I will say about this is all of those controls feel backwards on the radio. So if I'm going to the right, you'd think you'd adjust to the left, but they're upside down, and you are adjusting to the left, but it's different than what you normally would on a radio. So I think I've got that now. But yeah, so because the way that everything is set on this, they're pointing downward to your steering trim, not up. And so then your right to left feels backward. Let me see. If it's going right, I've got to actually take the bottom to the left, which is just in my mind tough to think, but it makes sense with the way that the arrow actually is on here, left or right. But usually those are going upward, and so I'm used to turning that way to set it. So just a little bit of a learning curve there. All right, let's see, what do we got? Now we're driving much straighter. Now I'll be able to line these up easier. Oh, that was cool. All right, FedEx is coming. We're gonna kick some of this stuff out of the way so they can move in and out. All right, so we'll see a little bit of the speed we got here. Not terribly fast, but it's micro speed. But you can see it turns pretty good. There they go. They bring a lot of stuff by here. Always try to make sure that they have an easy way in and out of our driveway. Would that clear it and land down it? Too far. I think that'll help it soak up the nose going down. Oh yeah, that was nice. Oh, might have to just give it a little extra room there. We get pretty good run time out of it as well. I don't know what we're supposed to get here, but it feels like we're getting quite a bit of run time. You see, we can check it up and spin it on this asphalt like this. Oh, dang it. You can also, if I hit the brake and turn, it'll spin pretty good to kick back around. Smooth. That was great. That was great too. I feel like we're losing a little bit of our speed though. Greased it. Well, there it is, guys. Shaved it off. Feel way different, look way different. Weird seeing myself without a beard. But it was time. There's no shave November. I shaved second day of November I shaved. I broke the rules, but feels good to have a clean face again a little bit. And man, these cars were a lot of fun. Thank you, Hobby Plus, for sending them out for us to do a review for you guys on. We are right now getting the batteries out and charging them all back up so we can keep running them. We've got some jumps set up in the yard and the sun is fading and they're just so much fun. We want to get another set of jumps in before we have to put everything away. But yeah, really cool stuff that they've got in here. I like what they've done with the battery tray, especially how all this gets out of your way, how you can tuck in the balance lead right next to it, things like that. That they thought about people that are gonna wanna upgrade this, but maybe it's their only Go Fast car. They don't have other radios to bind to, and it gets expensive for an inexpensive car to then be buying full radios and receivers and all that stuff to upgrade it. So you can get a brushless system in here and just wire it in and use the existing radio with the little plug that's strapped right here on the receiver right there. There's two of them. You can see the open pins. So that's pretty cool that they've thought through that and they're giving that option for you guys if you want it. But they're a joy to drive. They are slippery on that foam. Like we said in the video that we were shooting, we had to lay off in the corners and really be thinking about it to not spin out and just do a lot of takes in order to get the corner. For that, you just want to change tires, and that's just the thing. It's different trains require different tires, different setups. These handle awesome outside on cement. These handle awesome on carpet. They handled all right in our house as well. There's just something about that tile being slick, and it was just, I mean, they were just wanting to spin out pretty easily. So anyway, everywhere else they're a blast to drive. For there, you definitely want to get some different tires on. But these are the same hexes and everything that the other cars use, so wheels and tires should be able to convert over to it when you get your hands on these. I like that the suspension is threaded shocks. You're not using the little clips, so you can really dial it in how you want. I like that they're going to have an option for a brass insert they can put underneath your servo. They've got a lot of stuff coming for it, guys, so definitely be checking it out if you're looking for a little buggy either to just play with in your driveway or in your house or your basement. This is a perfect little thing for you guys. Anyway, have fun RCing. We'll catch you next time.